Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to race 3 of the first round of the playoffs for the Australian NASCAR Truck Series. This time from North Wilkesboro Speedway, a short track, an older track, and thankfully brought back to life, resurrected. First of all in the sim, but more recently in real life as well. A bit of short track racing. We've seen fireworks at the short tracks so far this season already, but the first time we visit one in the playoffs, it's a spicy track to go to for the final race of this first round. Dave, we've got a juicy sort of proposition in front of us.
Yeah, Matthew, North Wilkie. It's small and downhill and uphill and round the corners and a bit all over the place, the old farmer's track. So Nigel, if he's out there, hopefully he'll be doing some moves and making moves or something like that anyway. But anyway, get back to the point. Yeah, she's going to be interesting with the playoffs coming up. So we've got on the outside looking in, Trent Laval, Carl Withy, they're going to want to put a strong performance in tonight. Angus Lawford got a fair bit of ground to make up there in Aaron Borg. I'm not sure if he's going to be here tonight, but he has missed. Oh no, he is here tonight. So he's looking for a win. He's got a win here tonight to get himself through. That'll change it up a bit in the leaderboard there, Matthew.
Yeah, he definitely needs a win. I'd say it's the same, with give or take for Lawford there as well. But certainly, Carl, Trent, and Kude Dale are under a blanket there, battling for that last transfer spot. But we'll put that to the side for the moment because we've got the grid to run through here. And surprise, surprise, we've got Brad Newman on the pole once again. Of course, our winner from last week at Kansas. Ryan Jones has had a strong run of form. He lines up P2. Aaron Major, we saw him in the playoff list there, is starting from P3. Stephen Williams P4, and Kude Dale. We mentioned he was right on the bubble. He's put his best foot forward to start with a P5 starting position. The remainder of our top 10, Ryan Barber, great starting spot for him in P6. Josh Micklemore, Riley Curtis, Dave's man, out of P8. With Gareth Anderson, a new starter, I believe, out of the Nitro stable, it seems, from P9, and Jason Holdsworth rounding out the top 10.
Andy Butler there, continuing on their strong form, Southern Stars, with the two cars in the top 11 there. Jamie Davis in P12 there. Jared Gilbert coming out of 13, and Bradley Cairns on his outside. Tom Pritchard, Brandon Griffiths, Brian Blundell out of 17, and Aaron Dorman out of 18. Aaron Borg, we said he's going to have a good night. He's going to have to do some work from there, but I expect him to move his way up from there. Trent Lavelle on his outside in 20th. Carl is also another one of those guys. They're all together there, actually. Carl and Lawford, they've all got to get moving. So it'll be interesting to see those guys come from the back. Lawler 23rd and Fluffy in 24th.
As we just ran out the last couple of spots, Brad Wright, P25, Cameron, Pammett in P26, and Marty Mitchell rounding out the field with a 27th starting position. No time place there from Marty. But it's a good call out there, Dave, on the Aaron, Carl, etc., all starting in that same range as each other. It's going to be something for us to keep tabs on throughout the evening as well, just to see how that point situation is shaking out. We might need to get the pen and paper out and do some quick maths as we're running, but it's all to play for. I mean, obviously there's a roughly, I think it was even to down to Aaron. It was about a 20-point spread. But I mean, that's doable if he, even if he doesn't win, if he can get in the top 5 and those other boys have maybe less than favourable results, he could still make up that 20-point difference. It would need them to really finish right at the back, but it's still all to play for. And here we go. Here's the points right here. So that's a 23-point spread between Aaron Borg in P12 and Kude Dal in P8. So you effectively need, if he wasn't going to win, you'd essentially need him to be, well, as it says, sort of 23 spots there, give or take, away. So, Aaron would need to finish right at the front, and Kude would need to finish right at the back. But then again, you'd also need roughly the same from Trent and Carl to make that work. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Dave.
No, you're all right. You've got it carried away there with green flag. We're racing here at North Wilkie. We've got Ryan Jones, the 11, coming up against the 1 again. So let's see if these guys can race it clean and keep it straight, and see if Ryan's got anything for the 1 car tonight. He's got his teammate in behind there, and Aaron Major up on his inside. So it's a bit funny. The outside does not really work here. It's really a 1-lane track. Ran the ARCA car here the other day, as we can see Josh Bifflemore just rubbing panels up there on the inside. And he's making his way through the field. But yeah, it's a funny little old track, this one.
Yeah, and Jones there in P2 had a solid start off. A little bit of contact looked like between Newman and Jones early, but Ryan has been on a strong run of form. Hasn't quite had all of the results to say for that, but certainly looking good, and he'll be looking to try and put himself in the winner's circle just for a bit of bragging rights tonight, no doubt. But as it stands, like you said, Dave, they are starting to single file out a little bit. That bottom lane is going to be the strong one, and it's just a matter of whether you can get the nose underneath and get that pass done. As we see here, that's the 7 above the cans trying to, yeah, exactly, yes, thank you, trying to stick around the outside, and then yeah, obviously doing what he can there. Anderson on the bottom. It's a new Nitro truck, I believe. Dave, any intel you can give us on that one?
No, he's been around for a while, I believe. I've sort of raced him. I haven't raced it in this series. We've got a yellow on the circuit, but nothing new, but probably more new to the series, I guess. But
the series, exactly. Yes. Yeah, no, he wasn't just born. That's true. Now we've got the yellow flag as you mentioned. Yeah, let's see if we can get a.
We're trying to look for it.
Maybe it was debris.
Like you said, out the booth.
Debris. Unfortunately, they've closed up the booth windows today. It's a very closed in booth. It's a very closed in booth for me. Unfortunately, they've got me down at ground level, so can't really see. Yeah, can't see too much there.
There he is up in the orange there in the middle. Oh,
yeah, that's me. Yeah, just.
If you look closely, Dale Junior's out there somewhere too.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for him. I know he was pretty excited about this track. He's not left here since they opened it. It seems like, but yeah, it's difficult to see what that yellow was for. I think maybe a bit of debris on the circuit, it seemed, and safety first. Obviously, we've got to put out the caution flag.
Andy Barber, let's go back because he's now 7th. So he started 9th or 11th.
There's
Andy Barber, something to Andy. If we're going to get a quick look at the 5 at some point there, I reckon that's the issue.
We'll have a look at Andy. In the meantime, Carl's dressed up for some sort of cocktail party of all things.
Let's go. He's ready to mate. He's ready to spray some champagne. He's on it. So we want to see if we can find Andy Barber.
Yeah, Andy Barber was, we believe, the culprit on that one.
All the way to the back. So whether he ran into some issues or he's just dropped back, looks like they're under caution there, or maybe that's coming to start. Not sure. The flag is, I don't know. Either way, he's down 16, so not a great start for Andy.
Yeah, one of the mysteries of the night, that one. But let's. I'll let you call the restart once we get there, but I'll quickly scan through, just see how we're going on the chat. Got a couple of howdies. Hey boys, good luck everyone. Got Major for the win is the call out there from
good call, Lockett.
From one person. Yeah, so that would be a huge one. Anyone know how long the line is at the canteen? That's a great question. I'll see if I can find that out later. And great picture quality.
And Brad Newman sets pace and away he goes. So nice quick restart, couple of little squirry rear tyres on the restart, but Jones gets a pretty decent start there. Just kept. I'm assuming they're in first gear and the other guys maybe not, but he's right on his hammer here. He's got to dive the inside and commit to that now. See if he can get it done here on the exit. It does tighten up a bit on the exit. No, he just can't. Oh, and we got our second caution for the night. Now that will be at the back somewhere, I can tell you that. Holy moly, we've got number 8 car who's already through. So, and it's another Southern Stars car, unfortunately. Tom Pritchard's involved there too, so I doubt he started, but looks like he's just waddled up onto it. So not too far off leaders here.
Yeah, this is just it's right in that sort of early pack. Oh,
hey, look out!
Junior, bit of a bump.
That's Junior.
Bump, yeah.
Junior's running him over.
Oh, and then a bit of nitro crime. Yeah. And that looks like it's really totaled the front of Anderson's truck, because I think he's got left front suspension damage there.
Yeah, so it's easy to overdrive these entries. Like for me, when I was driving the Arca car on the weekend here, you really had to back that entry up to be able to keep it from getting up in that high line. Otherwise, you just wash all that speed off, and you've got no turn. You'll just burn that right front up. And Ryan Jason's obviously anticipated just the racing line there, and Ryan's just overdrove that entry and run him over.
Looks like so Ryan had that initial contact, but I'm really interested to see the 00 if how he's going, because it did look like he had got a pretty hefty hit on the way through. He's going to be pretty unsighted, you'd imagine, here looking at this. It's all just going to, there we go, it's going to break out in front of him. He's trying to slow it down. Oh,
yeah,
it does seem like that left front, how's his steering wheel, looks pretty unhealthy. We've got the drone out there, as you can see. Yeah,
she's rooted.
That's not handy. But
it'll be through on the truck and take it to the next one, I guess, if he wants to run the next one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with those sorts of contacts, isn't it, Dave? Because it's like it wasn't like he was going 100 mile an hour in there, but it's just you impact it just in the wrong way, and it can just rip the wheel out of it.
And they're hard to pull up. They just push and leave.
That's true. That's true. Now, obviously, one thing to watch out for as well will be the cautions versus green, which we had at Martinsville, but we got the green flag about to be thrown here. Barry gets
good restart.
Yeah, it's a great restart from Jones. He's definitely learning his craft, restarting on the outside, but he knows evidently that he needs to get to the bottom and get that inside line, like you were saying, as we got a bit of 3 wide action here. Josh looking low.
On the outside, so Josh is on the inside there. So Jones, he jumped the start. That's how good it was.
He got
a start there. So
right.
Maybe he hasn't. Maybe he's just bitten off more than he can chew there. And we got 2 wide, 3 wide, and we've got Riley Curtis saves it as he saves it again.
Oh, jeez.
Holds it, gets it going.
Oh, Riley's used 7 lanes there, Dave, to get through that corner, but he's got it done, and he's rear tyres, I think, would be on fire. Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. Don't look now, but P6. Cooper 2's in P6.
Oh, goodness gracious. How on earth is that?
Aaron Paul. He has come from the clouds, and he's only had about 3 racing laps to do it. So I told you he wouldn't be far off the lead in this one. It's whether he can take it to Brad at the moment, but he's coming through.
That has to be one of the charges of the entire season, I would say. Oh, as we get one heading right up to the wall there.
Ooh, yeah, he's holding that wall.
That's probably the biggest charge we've seen in such a few laps, to already be right up there and looking super strong. He's, unless I'm mistaken, is he? It's just my timing's a bit slow. It's showing his P4 already, but that's not true. He's got a lot of speed, so that's he'll be looking for the win for sure. That will guarantee him the transfer, as you mentioned, Dave.
Yeah, certainly. There's a few different lines being taken out there. You got Pritchard, he's on the outside of Bradley Wright, and so a few of these guys did the couple of official races in a week, couple of wins as well. Shout out to Lawler for getting himself a win, although it was a margin field, small field, but that's okay. Win's a win. But yeah, a few of them doesn't look like they've done any racing at all, and just showed up and thought, hey, we're just driving circles. But we learn on the fly, I guess. So
Exactly. We got the cocktail man there, Carl Willie Wilkinson, but
shaken, not stirred.
shaken not stirred, exactly. And then eyes forward here though, we got Aaron again. Is just putting. Look at this. He looks visibly faster than these guys as well. I mean, so that's.
Yeah, that's the move on the inside. Yeah, so he was racing real life the other week, so he was down in Tassie, but so that's why he probably been missing. But getting an opportunity tonight to try and do something with it. Unfortunately, sometimes real life does take precedent. But I'm sure he's having fun out there, and I think this should be a track that suits him as well because it's a braking track. The sort of road guys usually are pretty good with their brakes, so that definitely helps.
That is true. He continues that charge, so now up into the P5 spot, and again looking like he's got the speed advantage over Major ahead of him as well.
Yeah, speaking of speed advantage, I don't want to cover your head there, but 1.8 seconds is a big gap out front for Radman.
It is
pretty
massive.
big gap for such a short period. So hopefully he has a spin or something like that just to spice things up here. And speaking of spinning, on Pritchard's up in the fence there. Backs her in, keeps her straight, and away he goes.
Yeah, so I was going to mention those gaps, but not only the gap to P2, but also the gap from second to third. So Steve Williams is looking pretty strong at this point as well. In terms of the lap times themselves, Aaron, despite making an overtake, is only fractionally or a tenth and a half off your leader Brad Newman, but sort of a tenth off it looks like for Williams each lap on lap. And then Micklemore struggling a little bit further. He's sort of 1 to 2 tenths off the leader each lap. So there's definitely a difference. But it seems like, I mean, obviously for us, we'll be hoping that Aaron can get through. Yeah, exactly. If Aaron can get these passes done sooner rather than later, it'll be interesting to see what his speed is like with some clean air in front of him.
Yeah, you can see Major just trying to hold on the outside, just overdrove that entry a little bit, just clinging on to what he's got, because you will get a little bit of momentum off the top, but I say Borg will have it cleared this time by, and that's another one on his belt. So next on the target list is the 31 of Josh Micklemore, which is coming in at a rapid pace, really. If you look at it, look at the closing gaps already.
His line looks really nice. I mean, it's you can see, like you said, a couple of the other guys kind of sliding around, taking some weird, wonderful lines, but he looks very smooth every single time on both ends. Getting through some traffic here. I think that's Brad Wright that they're overtaking, I believe, but no, it's not. It's 73. My apologies. So they're getting, fluffy Grocott. That would be. So they're working their way through the field already. Obviously, only a short lap time here. Just short, around about the 19-second mark. So Brad is gone. There is daylight behind him.
Yeah, so and the bottom was where it's at. Like, I suppose it's not going to be too much different from the ARCA car, but yeah, the bottom was where you needed to be. There was no real second lane, really.
Just look at those. Yeah, there we go. Just battle back here between the Project 36 trucks, all under a blanket once again, and it is funny to see. They obviously practice a lot together, because you always find in the races they are just line astern. We've got 3 in a row there, and then there's one truck separating. That's Riley, and then there's the 4th one. So Riley's on the charge back from his 2-corner long slide that he took earlier, and seems to be recovering pretty nicely, all things considered.
Yeah, I think that's probably, as Rob just demonstrated, there is a bit of a track, just the way that the shape into turn 1 here, you can sort of get to that outside, and if you can hold on the outside, like you sort of just narrow, drive it narrow, run the guy in the middle tight, he has to sort of check up, he can't get off the corner as well. Then you can make the pass up and turn, just the shape so here you can still on the outside and sort of dominate that bit of track there. As you see the 51 Cattell just getting up on the inside of Major, but up here there's not much out there. It's sort of, you have to be on that bottom, otherwise to me there's no grip.
Now this is shaping to be an absolute domination from the number 1 truck at this stage. You see that gap from first and seconds now over 3.5 seconds, and it looks like just judging by the lap times that I mean, yeah, Borg. Oh, we've got a yellow, so that throws all that out the window. I was going to say that Aaron didn't look massively fast, but of course he was kind of caught up behind Josh. So now he'll have a chance to be up front without, as we take a bit of a look at how we ended up under yellow. He's
so Pritchard's been in the water tonight, and it's exactly what he did earlier on. This time he didn't get the water to save him, so he just a little self spin there. No harm, no foul. Everyone will get stacked and racked here. We might see some cars down pit road this time. I was actually questioning Brad might throw the old two-stop tonight, but you just see him just loose on entry and never came back.
Yeah, I think, with given the laps they're at, they've got, what, 2 more sets in the pits, I think? Or is it 3? If it's 2...
3, you'd be in the pit.
3 in the pits. Yeah, if it's 3 in the pits, you'd come down and get one, surely. And sure enough, here they are. I think it's only... Did Steve Williams stay out? I think he stayed out.
Yeah, Williams, Gilbert, Griffiths, Lawler. Oh, those boys stayed out. Brad Wright. Got a few taggers with him.
Bradley Cairns was confused on where his pit box was there, it seemed like.
Oh, not ideal, Bradley.
No.
I mean, he's on the track, so...
that way. He's on the track now, that's true.
He must have just missed it. He must have go through it. Did he stop? He couldn't have stopped.
No, I don't know what he's done. Is he coming back in? If we circle back there, I think he missed the box because he looked like he was doing a slalom course at the end. But
that is suboptimal.
That is suboptimal. That's right. But nevertheless, he'll get a. Looks like he has come back in, so that could. Yeah, I mean that could. You'd hate to miss your box, come back in, put yourself at the back of the field, then get caught up in a wreck that you didn't need to be a part of as a result. So, fingers crossed for him. But how's the charge? So, Aaron Borg worked his way up through the field massively, kind of obviously set back a little bit now. I think he's going to line up around about 9th once all is said and done here. But ultimately, it looks like we've had about 5 trucks that have not pit, one of which was fan favourite Carl Wilkinson Withy. He looks to be in the 5th place for the restart here. Yeah, this could be interesting.
Yeah, it might be a bit of carnage here. This might change the complexity of the race here. Just if there's a wreck here, which I'm predicting there's going to be, it might take some cars out. So Stevie's got the control now on the old tyres, and he goes. And we've got a Project 36 wall right in front of him. Watch Brad Newman try to work his way through this one.
He's going to be trying to think of what... Oh, there it is! He didn't waste any time at all.
No. He's doing
just parked it right in front of his teammate there.
And relative ease, and now he's just going to ease it down into turn 1 here and make it up into P2. And Stevie won't have much to fight with, but he'll try to hold on for what he's got. But no, he's there anyway. He's going to make the move again.
Mickamore as well, looking low on the on those Project 36 trucks, and just behind him, Aaron Borg is up ahead. We see Newman take the lead from Williams. That was obviously a foregone conclusion. Aaron Borg on the charge once more, so he'll be a net 3rd here once it all shakes out. It's an interesting call from Williams, given he was 2nd before this.
So yeah, he's around there.
Well, he was 2nd on merit, before the yellow. And
did he get ahead of Jonesy? Did he?
Oh yeah, remember Ryan had the penalty.
That's
Ryan's
right.
Ryan's been long gone for ages. Did he park it up? Ryan might have gone home.
But that's a massive call after having that track position. Yeah, you're right.
Where is Ryan actually? Let's trying to find him on the timing.
Be at least 3 laps down there.
No, he's in P10. He's in P10.
How did he manage that? Stop going on.
Yeah, I don't know. He's he must have got a wave around, surely. Because there would have just been a pass through, I assume, on the start drama. unless he somehow managed to. Oh, because that was, we had a couple of yellows after that, did we not? So he probably got his some lucky dogs, and we've just not seen that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So because he looks to have too much pace. If he got like a wave round or something, he'd be in the Williams camp of dropping backwards. I would imagine. Yeah, but no, not. But he's on the charge, young Ryan. He looks to, I mean, he's got very good speed as well. We did kind of forget about him. Certainly I did. But if he can get himself back towards the pointy end, he did look to have a bit of speed there. So here he goes on the charge now. But yeah, I'm trying to get my head around the call for Williams there. The only way that really, I mean, not the only way, but as Ryan makes a very very nice slice down to the bottom, but for Williams, I guess Williams will be hoping to get a yellow.
Turn one, run his door. There you go, good boy. Good boy, Riley. On the door.
Oh, he's right out
Hold
sideways.
Oh, we got two, 3 wides of bloody.
Yeah, 3 by 3, or 2 by 3, I should say.
And the 05's getting amongst it too, Ryan Barber.
This is delightful racing, as he's going to try and hunt for Riley's bumper, but no avail there.
Yeah, we know. Ryan Jones isn't short of aggression, so expect him to make the move next time instead of sort of running door to door. That's what Riley had to do to keep him there. But Ryan Jones, I feel like he will make the move himself.
Yeah, that's true. He'll make the space, but you know, you're right. He's not short on aggression. He is short on wins, but not short on aggression. That's true. But nevertheless,
he's not going to get his chance this time, boy. But
now
another yellow out on track.
This is what I was saying before it got hairy before, and I was in my little podcast mode. But as Williams now, you would assume that the favour does kind of turn towards him, although it's only 10 laps of green. I think they had, not a great deal, but surely he comes down and gets some tyres now and hopes that offset helps him charge through. But I mean, if it's a roughly 10 lap difference, even if he gets, around goes Lawford. Remember, he's on that bubble for the playoff spot. Let's not forget. So that's he did not need that. Did not need that at all. But I mean, yeah. So here he goes. He's Williams now. But I mean, he's going to use up any tyre advantage he had. You'd assume he's going to use that up, basically trying to get through. The 55 trucks that he's got to get past to get back up there. So I don't know.
Sort of works, but you just lose track position. So it's a bit null and void, I suppose, at this point in time. I think maybe a couple more laps, maybe, but yeah.
Here's our playoff points. Yeah, so this is what we need to keep track of. So Cutoff, I think Aaron Major is probably, unless he has a really major disaster, he's pretty safe, I would say. But Cutoff, Trent and Carl, they're the ones that are just only 3 positions between them on track, and then the others, Lawford and Borg, they really need everything to go right for them. At the moment, we've seen Angus already having some things fall by the wayside for him, but Borg right up there in P3, Cutoff P8. That's not gonna be enough of a difference. He would need Cutoff to have a little bit of mischief, and if he fell to around about where it sits at the moment, around about 25th or thereabouts, 26th. Depends if he can lead a lap too, I think, right? But yeah, I mean,
this was dropping back there too. I just funnily saw Carl Willie down a lap. He must be a lap down. Because he was dropping to the rear there.
Yeah, he's on my time. Yeah, he's right, and he was one of the ones that didn't pit on that previous one. Of course, he restarted 5th, if you recall. So he's gone in the pit lane, but
maybe had a speeding penalty, possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Or is he topping up? Is it close on fuel, perhaps? I don't know if we checked that fuel window, but Barry's throwing the green. Yep, they're quick on it this time. But Ryan's throwing it at the bottom. Ryan not afraid to throw it on the bottom 3 wide there. He was a bit critical of such moves on Tuesday, but short-term memory loss for Ryan there, it seems. He's getting after it, so we love to see it with a bit of the aggressive racing. That's what it's all about.
You know what they say, mate? You win or learn. You never lose. He learned, mate. He didn't win, he learned.
That's a very good call, David. But Borg is looking all over the back of Mickelmore there. A big send here from Kude.
Oh, it's not back at Brad Wright. The 19.
But the yellow.
The yellow.
Okay, it was a very jumpy flagman there, I feel, on that one, because they got that sorted out, as a matter of fact. Good save from Brad Wright. But nevertheless, we are under our, I believe that's our 5th yellow. So we'll just see events here. They just kind of met. They just kind of met that same point, and Cairns did back out to let him save it, and save it he did. But by that stage, yellow was already out. And you see there, Stephen Williams on the charge with his fresh tyres. Yeah, it wasn't a huge hit, but it was just enough. And then Williams just got through there. He'd be happy that the C's part of there. We've got the drone, the Australian NASCAR drone out there. And you see that contact, they just come together, and Brad's just held the whip. That's a really nice save. He's done that textbook there. Let the banking help him.
So, I'm kind of the Aaron Borg. If he wins, it's a out of the, well, not an outsider, but it really changes that playoff picture, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so,
if we can get those points up in front of us again, just quickly before we do go back to the green. But yeah, that would jump Angus. That would jump Aaron all the way, obviously up to the in that top sort of 3 with the ones that have directly advanced, and that would push Kude out. It's just straight up, even if he's not had a bad night. There's nothing he can do about it points wise. Kude would need to have an advantage over Major and Cairns and so on. So, can he have an 8 position advantage over Major, or a roughly 11 position?
About 9 or something like that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so he needs to, so I mean that's a second storyline to watch for. If Borg does get to the front, that completely changes the picture for those other guys that are, even the ones that are currently looking pretty solid right now. It's completely changed it. I think Barry's getting ready to throw the green, I think. No, not quite just yet. I was getting a little bit excited.
That's right. Light 3 out on the pace car, though.
They are out, that's true. So Borg needs to really be right up on the clacker of Newman, try and get the best restart he can possibly, and clear Josh, and then from there, it seemed like he had decent speed. And look at that, he's definitely trying to time it a little bit. Didn't quite get it spot on. He's looking low on Mickelmore though. Will he be able to clear it, Dave? You've obviously called it a few times. That bottom lane is super strong, and we can see that all the way through, especially when the tyres are newer. Seems like you're able to have a better opportunity to clear him on the bottom.
He'll get clear this one. Keep an eye on that 11. I reckon he's not going to hang around too long. He'll make the move sooner rather than later. There he goes. He's going to try getting the nose up the inside of the 31.
Yeah, he's on the charger, and I mean that does ring true with the pace we saw early in the race. I think Josh is very fast, very seasoned driver, but it seems like he's just maybe fractionally off tonight. Ryan certainly seems very fast. Williams seems quite fast. He's still in charge. He's on P10. And Jamie Davis having a nice little look here on Riley, who's been very firm-handed in his defence this evening.
Yeah, he seems to like, well, I don't know if he prefers that he's there right now, and he's been there most of the night, but he seems to like that second lane a little bit, the 93, so he's figured out how to drive it and run it, and he's got a little contact with Stephen Williams, and that'll be Junior Barber in the background there, hanging off for dear life off the front bumper of the 98.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because Williams is losing spots. Oh, we've got one of the...
Lawler.
Yeah, Lawler's having a bit of trouble.
Leader's not going to be far behind there, you've got to get a move on.
Yeah. No yellow though, so that was all fair as according to the stewards. They were obviously given a talking to for the early crow and the yellow last time out.
Yeah, Nigel's been down there, had a word with him. Oh, geez, that's nice and tight.
He's had enough. He was just giving a bit of Morse code to the side of Riley Curtis. Kudedal on the charge. Now, did he get tyres on that last one? Because Kuday's a bit lower than he had been. I think he has, yeah. And Williams has done nothing with his fresh tyres so far. I wonder if he's just trying to be a little bit calm with it and not use them all up in one go, but not really making inroads. Like, it's just, again, it's just that strategy's not really paying dividends yet, because he had, again, I'm going to say, he had that solid P2 early in the run. He looks a little bit loosey-goosey, if I'm honest. And up front, just while this is all happening, Newman has once again stepped out to a bit of a lead, just shy of 1 second. Jones still all over the back of Mickamore as well, so you're not missing anything there. There's no overtakings happening there. This is where the action is right now. It's Williams sideways again.
That 05 looks racy. I don't reckon he's happy with the contact from Williams, so just keep an eye on that little battle there. He's sorted out Jason already, and don't make him do it twice, Williams. Don't make him do it twice, Williams, I think. Speaking of all, there's one around the background. Is that not the 05?
Oh, it is.
Tell me it isn't. Oh, my goodness. There he is, young Ryan Barber. We were just talking his stocks up, and let's see what happened. Did he get help? Has he been helped by Damien Davis in the 237 there behind him? Or did he try and get it? No, he's just a little wobble in there. Oh, yeah. And there's the 8. I was questioning where the 8 was.
Yeah, Jason was almost going to get a second piece with Ryan there, but yeah, it was a difficult one because he'd sort of been a little bit loosey-goosey, and then ultimately that truck was there on the bottom, and he just continued to come down across his nose, and unfortunately that's a learning scenario for young Ryan. Car low.
Yeah. No, that's it. Not much in it. Doesn't help with the connections, but that's part of the game. And he will be probably seething a little bit, so keep an eye on that. He might drive angry. I don't mind a bit of angry driving. I've done it before. We've all done it.
Just took the air off his spoiler a little bit, got him loose, and then the last contact was all she wrote. But does anyone have anything for Mr. Newman? I think
cross flags. That means halfway home, ladies and gents.
Nice one, David. Very good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But Aaron has a lot of speed. It's just, does he have enough to get it by Bradley? He might need to use a bit of the chrome horn at some point in time, but Ryan's going to be coming at some point in time. That's for sure, because he's looked very, very racy. I think Williams. I'm going to keep harping on that. I think that strategy call was just not the play whatsoever.
We got some Carl fans in the chat. Dressed to impress, mate. He's out here. He's dressed to impress. He's going to get best dressed award tonight. He's going to win the what do they call it? Ladies in the Field or whatever it's called at the Melbourne Cup.
He's got
best dressed filly.
He's got a race at 8 and then a cocktail party at 9:30. It seems. He's got to go straight to his ballroom dancing event post race. So hopefully we don't hold him up from that. But
very dapper.
Yep, exactly. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the outfit the Penguin used to wear. You know, in the second Batman. But
what is his name? Cobblepot.
Is that his name? I don't know. Just the Penguin. I don't know.
Yeah, with Cobblepot, I'm sure it is, mate. But anyway, we got a race going on here. We got the 31, the 11 side by side. The restart was okay for the 43, but
there's a good one on the outside for Aaron. I wonder if there's a little bit of comms between the 43 and the one there, because that was normally on the first car on the behind the leader on the inside, you'd have a bit of an advantage, but as they're very close for comfort there. But don't look now as well. Ryan Jones up into P3. And he's looking very speedy. He's right up behind Borg, just looking up ahead out my window. But does he have enough? My very frosted window. Just that one there. So I can only see certain angles down the front stretch. Can't see too much else. Whoa. Jeez, that gave me a bit of vertigo there. But Ryan Jones. That was an interesting line. He's going to be very sideways off the corner there. It's not going to help his tyres. Holdsworth on the charge. Yeah, that's right. That's true. It did look cool. Holdsworth on the charge as well. Does he have something for these boys up front? He might not be done with yet. Look at him making the charge on the outside. That outside lane is starting to come in a little bit, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be the air temp.
Yeah.
There's the 8s up the inside of the 192 here. He's going to try to get that drive and then goes down into the funnel down into turn 1 here, they call it. Well, they don't, I call it that.
Turn 1.
Use a little bit of the grass on the inside there on the exit as a ripple strip just to help the car turn. Beautiful.
He's getting after it. Now, did those Project 36 trucks, they did pit, didn't they? Because there was the one where they didn't pit and they stayed out. I'm pretty sure they're all... Do they have that slight advantage on the tyres? I'm all, let's see, as far as who has and hasn't got tyres. So pretty wide. Oh, barber sandwich.
Oh, geez, Pritchard, give him, he was waiting. Holy moly!
A literal barber sandwich.
That dead set escalated very quickly there. There was nothing happening at all, and all of a sudden we got cars in everywhere. So Pritchard just gave him was a bit too kind to him on the inside there. Oh, speaking of too kind, there's a bit of biff and barge up there. That might be Brad Wright, possibly up the inside. And then Andy's out there. He says, "Oh no, you boys have it," and he got run over from the guy behind. And then the 136 thought Andy was still out there. He went down into the other Andy. I mean, Junior Barber. And look at this mess.
So it looks like the 136. David's just kind of sort of seen obviously that Andy was still out there and tried to honour that. Tried to honour some space for him, and then Ryan probably got the call saying he would have got told there was 3 wide. Then he probably was told from his spotter that it's not 3 wide anymore. That's why he's tried to come up there. Got a few on pit road as well as that's all happening, but I wonder if go ahead. Two
separate incidents here though. It was the all caused by the 5 car, unfortunately, by being outside there. He let the guys go in front, and then old mate sort of come down. They met in the middle, but by Andy checking up and letting them guys race, he got hit from behind and he shifted to the middle, and he turned the 86 up into the outside lane. So it was all like a butterfly effect from the 43. Sorry, not the 43. The 5 just sitting out there on his own business, to be honest. But speaking of the 43, he's at the point of the field there, so he stayed out.
Yeah, he's not pit, which we saw.
There's a 5 out there doing nothing, minding his own business, and everyone wrecks around him.
And then he just just kind of gives a bit of a tap at the end as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting for Aaron here because obviously he's got a bit of track position. But that would be what I think they've had about 20 or so laps on the tyres now. We saw that didn't go to. Yeah, that's true.
Not many. There's there's at least 3 more cars than there was before. Or 2, at least 2. Sorry, and well, it worked last time for Brad, but this time Ryan Jones is in the mix as well. So that's going to be the hot ticket to watch those boys trying to work this traffic. And whether they be patient or throw caution to win here is just another quick look over the playoffs as we're about to drop the green flag on this restart. Lap 89.
Green.
Borg's in control and away he goes.
It's a nice restart as well.
Right now, that puts Borg through as it stands. Live ladder will put Borg through and Cutoff out.
Yeah, that's right. Even though he's got a nice P5 as it stands, of course, one of the trucks that didn't pit. But
speaking of, that's Jones.
Oh, Ryan. He's all the way down the grass. Very yellow.
No, he's going to have to clip that and get it going. But I did call it out. Those 2 were going to be the guys to keep an eye on. Have they gone for the same bit of real estate? They did try there. They both went to the middle. And Jones said, all right, I'll take the curve up the inside here.
Oh, no. He just gets a little tap on the way through.
Yeah, look at Riley. Riley took advantage of that. 093 is just great heads-up race as well. Another yellow here.
We do have a yellow finally.
That was great heads up by driving by Riley. Just backed it down and shot up the inside, but we have to try and track down what this yellow was for this time, boy. As you can see the tracks of Ryan Jones down there on the infield.
It was a hard hit too. Oh, it's that.
This is the original.
That Newman effect happening just there, but then he just kind of
that's
this is a hard hit.
Really. Yeah.
He's lucky. Lucky it hasn't ripped the front out of it, but I reckon he'll still be able to fight another day. Hopefully. Let's have a look at the steering wheel. Does it look like he's
Definitely,
okay?
there's the other caution. There's someone up ahead of him here, and that
there we
is the one of the Project 36 cars.
So Ryan will be happy to see that because it gives him opportunity to come and get some of that damage fixed.
We've got Cameron Pement on screen for the first time. Shout out Cameron,
Hello, Cameron.
77, a newcomer, and enjoying his time. He's only had a couple of races, but as I said, enjoying his time out here and coming back, which is great to see. That's what we want to see. Get out there and have some fun and a bit of competitiveness at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Just learn and improve, and that's what the truck series is all about. Just getting better and racing with some big talents. You know, as we mentioned, Borg, Newman, and Jones, and so on. Obviously that sort of racing against those big boys certainly helps, and a bit of a measuring stick, and then hopefully progress up to the X series and go from there. But while you're enjoying this quality racing, don't forget to like and subscribe, and get involved in the comments as well. We love a bit of banter in there. Speaking of banter, it looks like Aaron's going straight to bed after this race.
Oh, he's giving a thumbs up. He knows.
He's got the jammies on.
Yeah.
That's right. He's got the flannies. He's got the jammies. He's ready to go to bed. Yep, that's right.
Classic.
Let's see, now Carl. Look of stress on Carl's face because he's checking his watch.
He's in the background here. Sorry, you might have not saw it, but they were wrecking the yellow in the background there.
Yeah, having some trouble back there.
Flag.
But it looks like Aaron's ready for bed and Carl's ready to party, boys. And speaking of party, here goes Aaron.
Yeah, he goes Aaron. Got the green flag, but Carl's worried. He's looking at the watch and he needs to get this race completed to get to his cocktail party. But nevertheless, Aaron's going to do all big send from Brad. He's right on the curve.
He finishes the curb to his advantage there. Somehow saves it. Oh my god! Oh no! It's Stevie.
That's ripped the left front out of it, I think.
Yeah, that's no good.
I think that's totaled.
Just dropped it.
It doesn't
Just
look
dropped
good.
the goal. And we're still green here, by the way.
Yeah, we're still green. Oh no!
Hey,
Right.
Oh, that's the. Don't tell me that's the 5 again.
Right,
tell me that's Andy Barber
as well.
again.
Your boy Andy. No, was it the 5 or the 05?
I think it was the 5 this time. I saw red on the side of the car. I'm sure I saw red. He got involved in it somehow. There, look at him. Just on his own business again. He is. If he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. That 5, to be honest, he has shown some good pace of late. Just can't catch a break, to be honest.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about this sort of one. He's just dropped it right in front of him.
Yep.
Oof, and then Cameron
Same thing happened with Tom Williams the other night. He dropped it and got cleaned up from that. Was that Lavelle? Was that Lavelle up there? He's changed the paints. That's why I didn't pick him out. The 67's in the blue colours tonight, I believe. Can't Lavelle?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
there he is.
Yeah. I was going to say, let's run a ball with Cameron because I think he's done a really good job too. I don't think he's copped anything here.
Oh, well done. Yeah, nice.
Maybe a very brief scrape on the inside wall, but that was about as good as you can possibly do.
Yeah. Bad as it was, it couldn't go on any better, really.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was... and then the pace cars waited for him to go through, and that was all perfect. Great job, Cameron. We got to see his camera before. He would have been sweating on that one for sure, but a couple of drivers on pit road. One of those is Ryan, of course, getting a little bit of that damage repaired, maybe taking the tyres if he didn't take them before. See if he can get himself a bit of an offset. If Ryan gets a tyre offset, he could be a smoky here because he'll be on a charge and he's not going to be waiting around, that's for sure. But this is all falling into the favour of Borg, although he will be scared about that truck that's in third, no doubt. But the more cycles that they put on those tyres, heat cycles that is, the less advantageous those fresh tyres are. And gives Aaron more of a chance to be able to defend from Brad and co. It would have done him a lot of favours if Newman had got caught up in that kerfuffle earlier and sustained some sort of damage or something, because it was everything but a wreck there.
I don't know how they came in the other side. Newman was locked up. The gap was closed, and he just, I think the Project 36 car just saw him open the steering up enough. Newman's up on the grass, using the curb, mate, and they all somehow survived it.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly right. But yeah, Brad's definitely seemed like the clear fastest truck out there tonight. So if Aaron can pull this out, it will be a real turn up. So here we go. Once again, Barry's getting ready.
Green flag.
And there we go. Green flag is out. He gets a nice jump. But will it be enough?
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Well, they're wrecking in the background. There's
Yellow once
smoke-
again. Oh!
There's smoke everywhere back there.
Now we saw
good
Cameron do
timing.
a great evasive action
That's
before.
good timing. Well done, Dean. And,
He's gonna drive into this one again as well. No,
he's very
so-
calm. He hasn't said anything yet. I would rather see some words fly at the mouth, hand
Yeah,
gestures,
look-
but
looks like part of that truck was not looking very healthy, but let's see. Oh, Ryan's right behind him. I wonder.
yeah, he just missed the start there, the 77, and
Oh.
Ryan said, he missed the start. I'm just going to drive through you instead.
I actually now Ryan has been blowing up my DMs on the assessment of accidents in the past. I have to say,
He was sent proper.
this one's 120% Ryan Jones's fault. Without even, I don't even need to see it a second time. I already know.
That's a hard lick. Oh, innocent bystander, Lawler.
Oh,
That's a
and Brad White just
playoff
gets
driver,
there
right.
right at the end.
Marty Mitchell.
We'll have another look because jokes aside, I think Cameron has restarted in third gear or something here. You can see him drop way up. Like, look at that. Everyone else launches and he's stuck, and then kind of in no man's land a little bit. Ryan's looking low, and it's you kind of got to make a decision. Either you are blocking or you aren't, and then once the truck's there, you can't really continue just coming down. So I think that's a little bit of a learning experience for.
Definitely a learning experience, but it's also the shape of the corner. That's what I was saying. It sort of funnels
Yeah,
down
true.
the turn one there. So I think 77 is probably he's not trying to intentionally block Ryan there. He was sort of funneling to that line, and Ryan was also funneling to that line at a great rate of knots. And obviously we had a bit more confidence on the brakes there, and ended up same place, same time.
It's a really good call out, Dave, because I mean the corner profile does make a big impact on it, and probably exacerbates anything that we see. Nice sort of classic helmet design there for Carl.
He's got the eyes on,
He's got the eyes on for sure.
eye on as well.
I'd like to see even his in-game race suit looking similar to what he's wearing in real life. That would be pretty. That'd be an elite
That would
setup.
be-
The cocktail
that would
outfit.
It could be done. I reckon.
Yeah, for sure.
So we saw the stints before, the stints on the board, which was interesting, which Borg I think has been on the longest out of these front three. Look at Riley Curtis just sniffing out there too, having a little sniff on the bloody number one car there. But we go back racing green here. Let's just see what Aaron can do, see if he can hold on, see if there's anyone else go with him. Riley Curtis is on a bit of a charge. What's he got for these boys at the front?
Interesting as well with the big send from Newman there. Gee, Willikers.
He's drawing the door. He's got to do what he's doing. The 43 at the front.
And
he hold
I
it?
reckon he'll be ahead there. Yeah, that's unfortunate for
That's
Aaron.
really
But if you're
unfortunate.
Aaron,
He did what he had to do there. Just, I mean, do you? I don't know. You have to. I mean, you've given up the game now. The one's out front. He's not going to look back. So you've got to try something different here. But Ball was doing everything he had to there. Had to run him tight, and just unfortunate time yellow. Probably inevitable though. But we're just watching the replay here to find out what the yellow was for. Was it 152? Sorry, Lawler again. In a bit of trouble there. Just a bit of strife at turn 3.
Andy will be happy to be have been ahead of the wreck for once.
Lawford, I think it is actually. Sorry.
It's one of the Project 36 trucks. It looks like it could be.
I've been calling him wrong and on. I thought Jamie was in a 237.
I think
That's a bit of trouble there. Just a bit of a south spin.
Carl just gets through. That was Kude Dallas. But now that's interesting. I only just noticed that Kude's all the way back there. P15. Oof. That's right on that
is
edge. A
very
few
tight.
more. Yeah. A few
That is
more
very
spots
tight
and
now.
he's in strife. But having said that, As far as the trucks that have damage, the last ones that are really still rolling around looks like it's position 22, Marty Mitchell. He's 3 laps down off the lead. Stephen Williams is 21st, 2 laps down. So realistically, it's just about. I mean, because
Well, he needs Lavelle. Like it's got to be like Lavelle, Withy, or Lawford. Borger's too far away. He's got to make 23 up to get to Cutoff. There's not going to happen tonight.
He's so close though. Like it's actually. I mean, yeah, you're right. With the result or the drive that Lavelle's having so far, and those other ones, Carl is kind of back there as well as Carl. He's position 14 at the moment. So yeah, I mean it's a tall ask for Aaron, but nevertheless.
Yeah, realistically, Aaron needs to be finished.
He needs to win. He needs to win at this point.
Yeah, he needs 24 positions above Cutoff, providing that Lavelle finishes also 18 or whatever it is, 17.
Yeah, and 24 positions, it's not possible. Yeah. It's not possible now because Pammett is the 23rd spot and he's basically out of the race. So,
a little bit check from the rear there.
Send Aaron.
Not ideal.
Now, what's Aaron got here? I mean, he has to pit at some point in time, and he needs to get that offset on Brad. But it's just a matter of time. The last thing he needs, imagine this goes green the rest of the way, he'll be kicking himself. But they're trying to not let that happen back in the field. That's for sure.
So Ryan's got them new tyres. I think he stopped with Newman, so he's just probably going to mirror what he's done. So he's back on the outside line. He's got Major on his inside for company. Look at Bickmore. The 31 is way up in the. Oh no, it wasn't the 31. It's the blue. Might have been Lavelle. Has to be Lavelle back up there.
Oh, contact there. Who was that? Yeah, I think that was. We saw it next to one of the Simrigs.
Yeah, it was Lavelle. That was way up in the fence there. I saw the blue car. It was Lavelle, way in hot. But that wasn't the cause of the caution. I don't believe.
But Trent, look at that though, Dave. Trent's all the way back in P18 now.
Yeah, it needs to be P24. He needs to be P24 for Borg. There's Lavelle.
But I mean, if he's gonna, he needed 3 positions up on Kude, I think it was, wasn't it? And he gets a helping hand from Ryan.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan is a giving kind, mate. He doesn't mind helping. He's always willing to help. And
no, that's a hard hit.
I don't think that was the caution. It stays green here. There's something else happens down here.
Yeah, something else happens
with these cars in front, I think. Yeah, there it is. There. So through Project 36 car, something happened up here in turn 2, in front of the 8. Secondary schmozzle.
Now you know who's come down pit road. There you go. You just saw him at the bottom of the frame. Aaron, he had to do that. He had to do that.
I think so. And now, if you're Newman's not coming in again, so he's staying out for the rest of this race. I have to imagine.
That's true.
So can Borg overcome that? There's going to be less cars on the lead lap. As you can see, he's come out only in 16th, so it's not that far away. And remember, the start of the race, he went from 19th. He went from 19th to 5th in about 3 laps or something like that. So.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, no, exactly. He was 6th before we knew it on about 3 green laps, and then battled for the last couple of spots. But he got one more, went down pit road, so he's 15th. So he's going to be restarting on the inside, which I think he probably wants. And you'd have to say he's got a considerable pace advantage, just even if they're on fresh tyres, over a lot of the trucks that are in front of him. If not,
a lot of damaged trucks amongst that too.
A lot of damaged trucks. Yeah. If he can just get a couple of little runs here, he's going to work his way through a lot of these boys, so long as he can keep his nose clean. Because that's the other thing. It's all well and good to have a bit of speed, but you got to he's got to know that he is going to be faster than them, and not to don't get yourself in any mischief that you don't need to get into.
Yeah, it's about to go green, but I'm going to come back to a point of DQs as well. Let's not count that out. Barry, go green flag racing in the background here.
Yep.
And Ryan didn't get a very good start there, even though he was testing out the barriers, but he's got it under control now, and he's got his teammate for company at 31. But Yeah, don't count DQs here. So if these guys have been in a fair bit of trouble, fair bit of strife, if they end up getting a DQ here, that means 0 points. So that means no gain at all. That can definitely throw away something in the mix here. So we've got to keep an eye on that. So nice results.
Let's take a look back with Borg, because I've seen him 3 wide. He's doing all sorts of moves. He's where is he running now? He's running P11 already. So he is on the charge.
Can he do it? Can he throw the big upset here and Hail Mary from the back of the bus?
Now, when did Holdsworth get tyres as well? Because he was up there not too long ago. He's having a look as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one
it's actually in front. Bicklemore's in
the
the fence. And Borg is going to sneak through there nicely. He's probably not too unhappy about that. He made a couple of freebies there with it.
Yep.
But we need to unpack what happened with the 31. He was racing with Major, I believe, or someone up there. So you got to, every time his caution comes out, that's more incident points. So we don't have a record, we can't physically see him, but this Major just probably going to get into the rear of him here, just ever so slightly, and that's all it takes.
Bicklemore just tried to get down to the bottom, just right in front of the 105 there, and got.
And he gets cleaned up by Dorman. Was that?
Yeah, it was our man Aaron. Now, while we've got a chance under the yellow here, let's have a quick look at the just while we're looking at some replays of the wreck. But let's get that graphic of the pit stops and the last time in the pits, and just take a bit of a look at that and see if we can make sense of it. So obviously we know that that Borg just got his tyres, and that's evidence there. There you go. Holdsworth as well got his not too long ago.
Yeah, so he's he's got nothing. Well, it doesn't matter now. He's got nothing left in the pits, but so he's got 14 lap deficit, I suppose, to Borg, and it's a bit of a mixed field just ahead of it, isn't it?
So Jones, I assume that would have been his last set of tyres that he's taken there at, because he obviously had to get the damage repaired and whatnot. But I don't know if he'd already taken his last set or if that was the last set. I assume they would have still had one in the pits, right?
Yeah, so that's 1, 2, and then still one left for like the likes of Newman and Curtis. They've still got one set left in the pits, yeah.
And
but
Borg,
that's where they'll stay at this point in the race.
Borg's only just taken his second, so he should still have one as well, but he's not going to come again to the pit lane, that is. But you would imagine all those guys have another one. It's just interesting to me as far as Jones and Holdsworth. Obviously, they pit roughly, or Jones was slightly before Holdsworth there. So he's got a slight advantage. That's why he's been on the charge, young Ryan. It's
watch out, Riley.
Yeah, that's
watch out, Curtis. He's got to make sure he gets a good restart this time, because the 11 won't be as kind as the 31 was.
Exactly. So okay, that gives us something to work with as green flag's out once again, and Newman just says, "See you later."
Yeah, that was a good restart, as you'd expect.
Borg's restarting in the outside lane back there, just to the outside of Holdsworth. He wants to probably duck under these Project 36 trucks as quick as he can, and he does indeed. Jones right on the back of Curtis. Look at this gaggle back here. Probably would be handy information for Borg to know that Holdsworth has reasonably fresh tyres as well. But I was going to say maybe let him get through the others, but he doesn't need to waste any time there. He's already got a run on Holdsworth.
And Holdsworth probably recognises it a little bit too. That just leaves a fair bit of space there. But he's going to hang tough for another lap at least on the outside. Borg's going to have to get this done sooner than later. Get back on the march.
So that's P6, 22 laps to go. It's setting up for a grandstand finish.
Yeah,
the way it's
green.
Yeah, he does. Well, yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one, Dave. Like, because it's on one hand, yes, I agree with you, but by the same token, because it probably eats away 3-4 laps every time there's a yellow. Is he better served by getting the field compressed and being able to nick a couple of positions quickly, or using his fresh tyres to pick one off every couple of laps? Because this has been two laps right now of not making any track position progress.
Yeah, you're right. It's and you see the 8 not all running the ideal line, trying to get on the inside of this 36. There's the yellow.
There's the yellow. Oh, it's So that's pretty much the end of his. I think David was one of those playoff drivers as well. It's the end of his playoff hopes you would expect. But
yeah, no, that's it. He's done well to get in there and
done very well.
represented the Project 36, so it was it's a fair shake of the sauce bottle, but just not his night tonight. As the 31s just hooked him there.
Yeah, I think Lola wasn't quite. Looked like he wasn't quite aware that there was a truck to the outside and just tried to come up, but Mika Moore's always going to.
It's one of those ones where you could either breathe the throttle or if depending who it is, you stay in it. So 31 decided to stay in it, and that's all she wrote.
So Mika Moore now getting some tyres.
I know he's real.
Lavelle obviously getting service there. He's
check the chat. Get the chat going here. What do we got? We got Zach in the house, ladies and gents.
Yes. Hi, Zach.
G9, he's out here as well. Alex, DJ Yellowfest.
Yeah, so it's all happening, and thank you for your comments. Get stuck in. It is an interesting race for sure.
Give us some predictions other than calling a yellow. Who's going to win it? Who's going to bin it?
There has been a few yellows, but to be fair, I think the racing has been quite good. We've had, the periods where we've had, there was that one section we had about a lap to 2 laps of 2 by 3 wide, which was, I don't think I've ever seen at a track like this. Certainly not in the trucks. So that I mean, in itself shows the progress that they've made in this lower category. Everyone's learning and getting better for it. But this is what we're all about here, this playoff picture, and Kude Dale hanging on by his fingernails, it seems.
Bell's just back there, languishing at 17th at the moment.
And he got the tyres, Dave. He's got the tyres.
That's true. Carl's in 11th.
Yeah, Carl's just back there.
But he's still behind Dale, so they really need to be above Dale obviously, to have any sort of chance of getting back in there, getting on the other side of the line.
But what can Borg do here? Restarting third back on the outside lane, not an ideal place to be. Ryan restarting on the bottom, right behind Brad. Will he get a better start than some of the other boys have? Yes and no. He certainly should be able to clear the 93. Or will he? Maybe not.
Yeah, right. I've seen him deep. He's been running that line all night. So, there's another car in the back. I think that's the 31. Or Lavelle, that might be, I reckon. It's a blue car. It's Lavelle, 67.
Oh, it's Carl.
And a 65 as well. It's all
no.
coming undone for these guys late in this race.
F in the chat for Carl. That's I think him done just about.
He's shaking the head there, yeah.
He can't believe it. Look at him, he's looking up at the clock. He's like,
either not sure what's happening. Yeah, either not sure what's happening here, and he's filthy. He's not dealing cards right now.
He's got to be at the casino. Yeah. Come on, boys.
Oh, he's
it's
a bit of a weird one. He sort of gave up a lot of time through turn one there. It's like it was something failed or throttle failed. He had a half throttle. It was like could only get 75% there because a lot of those cars were just driving around him. So whether he was just trying to be safe, he's on a DQX maybe. Who knows?
Is that Blundell that he's got that's on the outside?
Yeah, Blundell and then Barbara and then like all the other cars around him were coming at him there and.
Yeah, he's just way off, wasn't he?
And it was the 31 up in the fence there, so Lavelle got through that.
Jeez, Josh has been in the wars. He'd have to be close to that that penalty range you mentioned earlier, David. But yeah, Carl was just floating around in the middle, and then he said
something broke.
He said, "Now, Mr. Blundell, you will die." Like the Bond villain that he's dressed as. He's in character tonight.
Certainly is. We love him. We love our Carl. He's bad arming it. Arm out the window.
He's got the arm out the window, that's right, yeah.
Disappointing run, though, for him, you have to say. He was so consistent through the whole regular season.
That's
and
true.
Just
fell apart right at the end.
Yeah, it literally has on him. Not all of his own doing. It's just come undone, unfortunately. I've come undone. There's Sharon Razor Blaze. No, a bit of Robbie Williams in there, so fortunate for Carly Hill like that. But
Now we got this is coming to 10 to go in the first round of the playoffs, essentially. So all to play for. Borg made no progress whatsoever on that green flag run.
Green flag. Green
Ryan
flag.
Jones getting right up in there. It's with the profile of that corner, it's not really going to help him. But he's in a good spot though. Send it, Ryan. Come on.
Is he going to use the bumper
He's
here?
trying to. He's desperate to.
He's track a little bit there. He's got the
Ryan.
tire, so he's got to be smart here as well. He's got a bit of tire advantage as well.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, and
he's gonna have
the lead.
He's gonna have the point when this goes back to green flag racing.
Oh,
and it was Aaron Borg, I think.
Aaron's involved for sure.
Yeah,
he's way back in it now.
Places.
That's his charge come to an end. But wow, what a battle there from Jones and Newman.
See if we get a look, see if Jones actually did use the bumper and just push Brad up at the track there. If we get it on board with Ryan Jones after this replay.
Oh no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So Aaron's just tried to kind of close that down a little bit. Truck was still there, and unfortunately, that's he'll admit that was 100% on him.
There, I suppose, eh?
Yeah, but that's unfortunate. That's going to put paid to his charge for sure.
Yeah,
but have a look at this for the lead.
Go back a little bit from there, I think, and I reckon he's giving him a push up the track early here.
Yeah, he may have. You're right.
It's the restart. He got a great restart, actually.
Great restart, yeah.
Real time here.
Let's go on board. We'll stick on board. I think that was a nice view.
Yep.
Boys down the truck there. It's
a good start here. He's going to dive in there. Gives him a bump, whack right on the entry there. Nice and square. And just uses uses the left rear up a little bit there. And it's going to get the yellow right about now.
That's perfect. He'll love that.
Yeah, he will. And Brad will like it too. Brad's a hard racer. Yep. He'll respect that. You know, he knows how it works.
And he'll also love the fact that it's the yellow gets to reset it. He gets to.
That's right. And the shoe's on the other foot now.
What I hope is, with this sort of thing, that the way Ryan's done that there is textbook. That's perfect. You'd hope that Bradley allows the same courtesy, and that Ryan is not backwards as the exit of turn 2 there.
Let's be honest. Brad knows what he's doing. I don't think he's not the type that he's going to go out there and wreck him. So
That's true.
It'll be very, very mutual like that. I think that the respect's there. They've had a few hard battles just recently. Like seems to be every race that I've watched, it's the 11 and the 1 at the moment. In the sort of every other week.
That's true. But let's take a quick review of our. Now, I think Aaron might have come back in and got another set. I think he's thrown another set on that truck just as a bit of a Hail Mary, which, I mean, why not, right? But he's not in that top 10, so we're not getting a good view on him. But I'm quite sure as the green flag does come out, let's go to the lead because it's all going to be cracking on here. Does Brad break? No, he doesn't.
He sends it in there deep. He's very deep in there. He uses him up. This is great racing. Watch out for the 93.
Riley. Come on, Riley. Send him.
He's got to watch out. Riley's got to try around. Jones is not going to give up. Oh, and then out. And guess what happens here, folks? The roles are reversed once again. And you do not have to second guess what's going to happen on this next restart.
No. That is brilliant. That is brilliant.
Let's get a replay of that restart there after we watch the accident here. We'll get a replay of those two. Actually, we might watch it from Riley's on board because he's going to have the best seat in the house there watching those two go at it. It's not out. Just comes off the wall. This is a little wiggle. Yeah. A little wiggle off the wall, which is easy to do at this sort of track and come down. But let's get a look at that on board of Riley from the roof there. He's going to have a great
go on the roof. Yeah, we've got the roof of the Curtis machine.
Newman's definitely
roll it back. Roll it back, boys. We've got to see it in full.
Newman's had a full send there. I thought Riley was going to be enough up there to cut that off. He wasn't.
Now he's also come from an absolute mile back because he's not got that Ryan Jones restart. So Ryan's blown the doors off it on the restart, and then Bradley has just the mother of all sends.
Oh, yeah.
But it's about as borderline as I reckon you can get on a move like that.
I said they will respect it, but he's pushing his luck there, Brad, and he probably knows it. He probably knows it was a little bit cheeky, but This is going to be a crazy green light checker here, guys. Stick around. This ain't over yet.
I have a bit of intel. Ryan is very close to the points cap. Yes. So
he doesn't have much. So he's out of lives. He may be out of lives. He might not have much to fight with here, which sort of is not that good for Riley, because Riley's hoping these guys go out there and bang doors and wreck each other, and he's just going to swoop through for the win and say thank you very much, boys. But yeah. I mean, for Ryan, he's not in the playoffs, is he? Is he in the playoffs? He might not have anything to lose here. Who cares about the instant limit, Ryan? Just go for it. DQ, who cares? Bring back the steering wheel. Win all the steering wheel. And the chat's loving it. We've got Zach Kerr in there. And you want a bit of contact there. We've got Geordie out there. Good to see you boys in here. I'm sure Trev Mickelmore's in there as well, just being a bit quiet tonight. Oh, what is going on here?
Ryan Jones is...
And
Ryan's around.
No, he's just home there.
What on earth has just happened? What has happened here? So they're getting...
Oh. That's very odd. And surely, I mean, we're back to green flag racing. Let's just get this race out of the road. We're going to come back and review that. We're going to review that. Ronnie Curtis has got a right restart. And he's going to have to try and make it there,
Dave. You'll be on the YouTube clip.
Yeah, we've been through the doors tonight. Brad's had it not all his way. Had to bring some doors. He's going to exit turn 3, turn 4, and he's going to get the win here as he gets out there. A little bit of loosey goosey rolling in the background, just can't get there. And that's I think that is Griffiths in the 36 truck, comes home second. There it is. It's a great result for him and Riley Curtis P3 tonight. But I tell you what, Aaron Borg up there has come unstuck as well. There. Oh no, it wasn't. It was a Project 36 truck.
That's an amazing result for Griffiths. That would be a career best, surely.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
We didn't see how that was unfolding because we were trying to catch up on what on earth happened under Yellow. That's one of the more strange things. If we can quickly, I know that it's a bit of a job for the boys in the truck, but if we can quickly go actually onboard the old helmet cam on the Jones machine.
Need to hear the in-car.
Love to see the hands. Yeah. Yep.
It's like. It doesn't look normal. I don't think Jones is that silly. Like, I know that.
The one after this, so just before the restart, the final restart there. So, be like
so Jones will be in second. So this is so we need to go ahead here. This is where Jones gets sent on.
Yeah, no, we want to see down when it was under yellow, and they're getting ready that one lap to green. Yeah, so it'd be like the third lap, I guess. Third last lap of the race will be.
Bear with us here, we're going to get this up for you.
Keep going. We need to go way forward here. Another 3 laps forward. Keep going forward. Keep going. It'll be this lap. It's this lap. So we'll go on his helmet cam. We'll try and understand what's happened here. So he's rolling around. Now we knew he was very close. If he'd had one more contact, it was going to be lights out. This is where it is. He just turns into him. And let's play it through and just see, because he turns into him and then holds it hard. That's very unusual and pretty disappointing, if I'm honest. I mean, obviously we're working on just what we have to hand there on the visual, but that's the restart itself. Yeah. So we missed some of this obviously because we were trying to take stock of what had happened. So great restart from Griffiths there, and then he's just been able to hold on to it.
I mean, I'm still very confused by that. Why would you throw away the opportunity to go racing in the same manner on the back straight under caution? That just makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, here we are. We got Brad Newman, and he's going to, as I said, we called it through the live, but 3-4, he's going to take the checker flag here with Brad and Griffiths. Roy had a big dog there, had a crack at it, but just
Riley went for it, didn't he?
So, good race at the end there, boys. But we better get to our interviews. We've used a bit of time here. We'll got no mouse.
All right,
You're
yeah, we
gonna
got.
have to do with the. Oh no, I'm back with the mouse. Run through the results.
So yeah, well, thank you, Dave. So from obviously our winner, we saw him crossing the line sideways at the end there. Very eventful, but Bradley once again 2 in a row for this truck series gets the win. Brad Newman, and then Brandon Griffiths P2 sort of popped up there right at the end, and an amazing result, career best for him. P2. Riley Curtis third. He's been very consistent even when things haven't gone his way. He's sort of always bobbed up there at the end. Similar situation for him. Aaron Major P4. He'll be safe through the next round. Holdsworth had a nice recovery as well. 5th. Kude Dell should cement his place in the next round of the playoffs as well with the 6th place finish. Bradley Cairns, nice finish for him as well with 7th. Jared Gilbert, so another nice run from Project 36 there. And then the Barbers, Andy Barber and Ryan Barber rounding out the top 10. They also recovered nicely because we of course saw them experiencing a few little hiccups here and there, but able to keep a clean head to round out the top 10. Trent Lavelle, he grabbed those tyres late and recovered nicely, but won't be enough. Finished 11th. Josh Mickelmore was in the wars, but brought it home in 12th. Carl, he's currently racing off to his cocktail party, P13. Aaron Borg, we saw him up and down the field all night at great speed. He'll be disappointed with 14th, but nevertheless, he was win or nothing. And Aaron Dorman P15, Jamie Davis P16, and this is where we get into some of the more sorry tales. Marty Mitchell P17, Brian Blundell P18, and if we can just go to the next page, thank you. Grocott in 19th, Ryan Jones, very unusual situation at the finish there with the 20th place. Lawler was in the wars, and this is a lot of our non-finishers from this point. So Lawler 21st, Williams 22nd, Pammett 23rd, Lawford 24th, Brad Wright, Tom Pritchard, and Gareth Anderson rounding out the field in 27th. There we saw him copying damage very early on. So it was action-packed. It was there was some amazing racing. There was some intriguing scenarios that played out, but ultimately it's Brad Newman that once again comes away with the win. We've got Riley Curtis. I mentioned the night will throw whatever it wants to at him, and he'll come through and bob up with the result. He's done that once again. Riley, congratulations, P3. Tell us about your night.
It wasn't too bad. Qualifying was average. The race speed was much better, and then I nearly had a pretty big whoopsie at one point there. So kudos to everyone in the field who did not hit me.
Yeah, we saw that one.
I saved
lanes.
it, and then I saved it again. I went from the bottom to the wall and didn't die, which is rare.
Yep. Yeah, they did an amazing job on that one. It looked like it was a bit of a handful as well for the sort of lap or so afterwards, just while you were recovering. But you then seemed to have good speed after that, and you did sort of recover some spots, even though you probably were compromised on those tyres. But then I guess, was it just a matter of trying to remain patient and let the race come to you? Because you obviously charged back up through the field.
Pretty much, yeah. Race pace was good. I didn't have, besides a couple of cars at the front, I don't think I had Brad's pace. I could stick behind him, but I don't think I was getting past him. But yeah, race pace was really good, which is helpful here, having the ability to pass someone, whether it's low, high.
Well, it seemed like you actually were using that high lane quite a lot. You're probably one of the more consistent proponents of that second lane. Were you finding good grip out there versus some of the others that were glued to the bottom?
I found it easier to hold someone low, so you can get to the power quicker, and then by the time you clear him, you're fine. So I think a lot of people were trying to pass under, when for me it was preferred to go over for that and just hold them down there.
And we saw it was a little bit hairy at one point of the race with the 11. You actually used that move that you just mentioned there, really held him down low and forced a bit of contact. I think you may be saved by the bell with the yellow coming shortly thereafter. But what was the aggression like, I guess, out on the track?
As a whole, pretty good. Even that move with Jonesy, I said to the other boys, I said, I pinned him down there. What do you expect? It's a short track. He even said that once that first little bit of contact, it actually got him loose, which was odd in the second bit. But you get that on these small bull rings.
Short track racing, as they say. But that was very nice and a good result. Obviously, you moved through to the the next round, unless I'm very much mistaken. But there you are. Look at that, nicely up there at the top. You're safe as houses. But how do you feel? When you look at the calendar, you look at the next few races. How do you feel your prospects are for the remainder of the playoff run? Obviously, the second round coming up next.
I don't know. It's been strange lately where I genuinely haven't felt super confident going anywhere. But the results keep coming, so I'll just keep showing up and driving it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, nice one. Beautiful. Well, thank you, Riley. Appreciate that. Another great result. Hopefully we'll see you once again in the next race.
Yeah, cheers. We'll try and be on the top step next time.
Thank you, Riley. Dave, I believe you've got our second place finisher, career best finish of second and a great run right at the end. Take it away, Mr. Douglas.
Yeah, we certainly do. We got Chooch in the booth. Brandon Griffiths, mate. Well done, and welcome to the booth, mate. P2 tonight. What were your expectations running into the night, and how did it sort of turn out?
Well, I didn't buy the track until about 5 minutes before lobby opened. So I was not expecting a P2 tonight. So no, look, just got in, tried avoiding most of the kerfuffle, and we got ourselves into a good spot to be playing in the top 10. So that's all I really wanted tonight.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there was a lot of kerfuffle out there tonight too, as you probably would have heard on your teammates if you were in the same chat, which I imagine you were. There's a fair bit involved, but the 36 truck, as you said, you kept it clean and did what you had to do. Just picked them off as you went, and ended up with a decent result in the end, really.
Yeah, a bit of a rough one on the other side of the camp. So I mean, we'll go back and we'll look at it tomorrow night, and the guys have been really critical on themselves the last couple of weeks. So we'll go back, look at that, and reassess for those guys. But I'm through to the 8, and we'll just keep trying to keep this consistency. The last 4 or 5 weeks, I think I've been top 10, so we'll just keep plugging away at that.
Yeah, certainly. That's like I said, they're shaking the sauce bottle, getting into the playoffs, so the second round of the playoffs, which is great, and it all sort of resets again and go from there. So, what's the mindset next week?
As I said, keep it clean. We'll do a bit more practice. I got the track already, so we'll be able to crank some laps out, do some officials, and all that sort of fun stuff. But yeah, as it is. To be there, you got to finish at the end. So we'll just keep our nose clean. And I don't think I'm going to win this one on sheer pace. It's going to be avoiding the carnage for me. That's the only way I'm coming home with the one on the other side of this thing.
Sometimes it's as I said, that's how you got to do them. But it was a nice sort of run to the flag there with Curtis on the inside, just hanging on the outside, which is great to see, mate. While you're here, you might as well shout out the team sponsors, anything you want to sort of touch on, and floor's yours, brother.
Yeah, cheers. I want to just thank the guys at Project 36. They have their rough weeks, but they love doing this, and they're good ones to keep me on track for sticking around after a hard night. But I'd like to thank Cataclysm PC, Simrigs.com, Shockworks, and CC Forge. They're really big fans of ours, and we love the support.
Absolutely. And then there you have it, your P2 tonight, Brandon Griffiths, and hopefully we'll see him back here next week. But we appreciate you stopping by, and shout out to Project 36. They're on the move.
No problem. Cheers for having me.
Nice one, David. And he sounded very, very pleased with how his night panned out.
Absolutely, so he should.
Exactly. Another young man who would be pleased with how his night has gone, albeit probably a little bit confused. Brad Newman, you got 2 wins on the trot now. Obviously, well and truly moved through to the next round of the playoffs, but we'll get through the different events of the race in a moment. But I think the thing everyone's waiting for to discuss is what on earth were you thinking at that last moment, just before you're getting ready to go green, and you suddenly have a truck going across your nose there?
I'm not sure. It was a strange one, wasn't it? I'll let some other people comment on that. I think I'll keep my opinions to myself on that one.
It's been said that it's referred to as the Newman effect I don't know if you've heard of this syndrome, which is sort of making its way through. But do you think that could have anything to play, or perhaps just a system malfunction or something that's gone on there?
Yeah, maybe it was a system malfunction. Could have been that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So anyway, going back to the couple of restarts before that, obviously Ryan had we're just seeing events unfold there. It's a weird one. A lot of contact there. We're not even racing yet, but you had the two restarts before that. Ryan got the nose to the rear. I imagine from your point of view that was good racing. Probably brought a smile to your face and had a bit of fun with it. And then you've got the restart after that. Talk us through the mindset as we're heading towards turn one. Actually, in the boys in the truck as well. If we can even have a look at that second last restart, so about probably 6 laps from the end, just while we're in the background here. But yeah, talk us through it. Here we go. This is going to be the one. In fact, this will be you on the outside. So yeah, we'll go real life speed, and Brad, you just talk us through.
Yeah, the restart before I got hit in the rear end coming into one, and then hit again, which I love that. I'm happy to race like that as long as you know that it's coming back. Like it's how it is. So
yeah.
Once it did that to me, I was always going to do the same thing back. It's just racing. No one crashed. It's just moving someone up the road. He used the back of my car. I used his dots. It's just how it goes, really.
All's fair in love and war, as they say. And then yeah, so I guess you're probably, I would imagine you're expecting then on the next, the final restart, you're probably expecting some contact to some degree, but then obviously didn't get that far. Is there anything that you run through are you expecting certain strategies like, how can I preempt this? How can I counteract it? Or you just play it as it comes?
Yeah, well, the restart before, when I was P1, I didn't expect to get moved out of the way that hard. So this time I was just going to be aware of it and drive accordingly. So I wasn't too worried about it. I was just going to put my car in a different place. But yeah, no, that was over before the green flag came out. So
yeah. No, so we were a little bit, sort of, I think Dave and I were a bit shell-shocked. We were sort of expecting a big grandstand finish at the end, but we sort of got it to a degree. But tell us, I guess, moving back from that, tell us about the rest of your night, because you obviously had your challenges at different times, but it looked like you had the speed, the fastest truck out there. But I know, for example, you're pretty good friends with Borgie, and were you familiar with the position he was in with the playoff picture and his need for a win at all? Was there anything that was going to come into play there, or was it's all for keeps?
I have no idea any of the playoff standings or where he was, but I know he was quick. He was probably the second quickest car out there, I think. And when I saw he came in for tyres at the end there, then I just knew that he'd probably be the only one I had to worry about, really, like if it was a long run.
Yeah, it's certainly how it seemed from our position as well. He just so you're aware, so he needed a win to get through. So that was sort of one of the storylines we were following, because he was on the charge, and it seemed like the only one that was going to stop him really for a period of time was going to be yourself. So that was going to be a bit of a headline sort of finish as well. But I guess that was, other than that, probably smooth sailing from your perspective. You weren't really involved in too much else, although I guess you had a couple of those moments where you pit and you were back in the field a little bit. In one moment in particular, we had to jump the curb, but other than that, how was your night? Pretty smooth?
Yeah, it was just those few restarts when the guys staying out on old tyres, but apart from that, no, it was pretty cruisy, just rolling around.
Very nice. Well, obviously, you, as we see here with the points situation in front of us, you move on to the second round now of the playoffs. I imagine confidence is high, and the tracks themselves coming up. Any in particular that you can circle as one of our faves, or it's just a matter of taking each one as it comes and getting yourself to the final stage?
You'll have to tell me what's coming up. I'm not aware.
There you go. The boys in the truck have got the schedule up for us there. So we've got next one's up Charlotte, Nashville, and then Michigan. That makes up this next round. So obviously a win and you're through. So you'd be, I imagine, hoping for some good results there. But then obviously it culminates at Iowa, which is a track that you're usually pretty strong at, I believe. So fingers crossed it should be strong. But I'll hand it to you for any of your call outs and all that business you got to get through?
Just you boys, as always, for putting this event on, and the guys at Lobs Esports. Thanks, fellas.
Nice one. He's very straight to the point, gets through it quickly, just like his prospects on the track. But Dave, it had fireworks. We can't deny that. It was a really good race, actually, for all intents and purposes. Strange
Can we
finish.
move the booth down to the driver's room? Nah. We can't.
That's true.
For safety
They'd be
reasons.
they would be kicking off fire.
Yeah,
sure.
it did have everything, and we're just you can see the pictures on board. So we're going to have Human have a big send, and it's a great late break move around there. And as we said, Human knew it was coming, and didn't mind having a share back. But I'm ashamed. I would have really liked to have seen Ryan go back at that restart and see what he had for him, to see what would have unfolded. I don't think. No, I don't know. I can't say anything now. But anyway, it had everything. It wasn't too bad, even though there's a few yellows. It wasn't too bad of a race, to be honest with you. There was a lot of talking points. Being a playoff race always makes it interesting as well. So that's it for our playoff first round, and now we're down to 8 drivers left.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I share your sentiments, Dave, on that final one, and being a little bit disappointed in just in the sense of Ryan had such a great restart that one before when he got by Brad. All he needed to do was replicate that on this one. So I don't know if he's trying to because this is the one where he actually got a really good one.
Yeah,
so he's leaning on the door as he needs to do, and he's shown that's a good little strat. And I don't know if maybe he was trying to establish that contact to start that process of being in the door. I don't know if that's what was happening there, and it's just caught the side of the Newman truck in a bad way. But this is what I would have loved to have seen a second time. Ryan having another crack like this, maybe with a bit more fire under the belly.
And you can guarantee the one was going to expect it back too. It was evens, but you know that was going to come back. So it's a shame we didn't get that. We were sort of robbed of that. What we did get was some silly buggers on the back straight. And,
yeah, that's true.
It's never ideal. I'd rather go racing than silly buggers. Anyway, that is what it is. And other than that, mate, I'll let you wrap her up for us, brother.
It's just such a hit. That's crazy. I thought I was towing the line with some of my moves with that resets where the bar is, I think. But yeah, look, I mean that's a great way to round out our first round of the playoffs. It's all to play for, as they say, and we reset them, and there we see those events there.
You know what it reminds me of? When Danica and Patrick tried to wreck someone, she wrecked us.
Well, actually, there is as well. Real throwback. This is going to show how old I am. But 2002 Talladega, Mark Martin had his steering lock, and it had a really similar look about it. He just turned straight hard left to the outside and pretty much killed Jimmy Johnson's championship chances at that moment with about 4 races to go or 3 races to go or something. But looked very similar to that. But not sure if that's what's happened there, where that initial bump just kind of locked the left front wheel or something. But we'll sort of leave judgment there, because I'd be surprised if Ryan's done something that goofy. But yeah, I mean, from our seat, it was awesome. Fireworks were happening, and it was a lot of fun. If we can repeat that for another 4 races, we'll be in very good sledding. So obviously next time out we go to Charlotte Motor Speedway to kick off round 2. There we go. Thank you, boys in the truck. It's all to play for. It resets everyone back to 0, and they try and advance through and steal their spot in that final 4. Who will it be? Newman's been the strong man. He's 2 in a row now. He's certainly the man to beat. But there's a lot of boys sort of putting their hand up to say, "Hang on, don't forget about me." So tune in next week. We do it all again from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Thank you for your time. Have a great night.